Hey, it's Mike. Welcome to my channel, and in this video we will do something a little bit different because yes, I am responding to your comments. I'm reading your comments. I also read your stuff on our Facebook group, and I also got some messages replied from my newsletter. I hope you joined the newsletter, by the way. You're gonna find the link in the description. So today I will show you how to get information about the ticket, and also even how to update the ticket in Jira without touching Jira. So yes, we will be talking today about API. But hold on one second, because I've got very important information for you before we go further. So just to let you know, I've restarted weekend workshops for Scrum Masters, and I also got brand new workshop for Jira administrator dedicated to the Jira data center, which you can learn from absolutely beginning to more advanced stuff, including script runner, reports, and crowd configuration. And yes, you're gonna find that information in the description. So also please subscribe. Right. So because it's not like very typical Jira video, we'll be using actually this time more a different tool. And I will be using something which is called Postman. So Postman is actually a client. I'm just going to show you in a second how that looks like. So please, if you can download it, because you need, if you want to follow my steps, and I highly advise you to follow my steps, don't just watch it. You need some kind of API JSON client. Well, API JSON client. I don't know if that's the correct name. I probably made this up, but I use Postman. Yeah, it is free. I use the downloadable version, but I believe the web-based is also working fine. And of course, if you want to use curl from the Linux command and the text file, I believe it's going to work absolutely fine. Yes, because I've tested this before. All right, so let's do it. Right, so I forgot to actually tell you that today we'll be using Jira Data Center. So the procedure is very similar, but yes, in the cloud it's just like a little bit different, because I believe you just need to add like this little special permission for the API tokens. But anyway, if you have a problem with that, let me know in the comments, or comment it on my group or email me. Yep. So what we need to do, it's actually like 3-step. So first, because I will be using authentication based on the token. However, I also checked, and you don't really need to use that token. But I highly recommend, because why? Authentication by token is much easier than user. However, Postman, yes, it is supporting just the standard username and password. So I believe it is going to work. However, let's do it in the right way. So step 1 is, I've been already, like you can see, rehearsing this. So step 1, if you log on to Jira Data Center or the cloud, you need to navigate to your profile. So you go to the profile, and on the left hand side we're going to see something like personal access tokens, and I already got this, but I will show you of course now how to do it. And by the way, please make sure that you're gonna copy the token, because you can only see this in that one moment when you hit the create button. So for example, just to show you, you can actually set how many days it expire. If you don't want to expire, of course, untick it and create. And in that moment you need to copy that token and just like post somewhere, I don't know, to your note, but not very secure. You should actually take it and copy straight away to Postman. All right, so let's assume we've got this, because in the moment when you close this, that's it. You cannot access this token anymore. Yeah, you have to recreate a new one, of course. So we have it. So now we're preparing, and this is actually now good moment to move us into the Postman. Oh, and by the way, that code that you see in that JSON code, yes, I will actually give you a link to my GitLab, whatever. I think it's GitHub, and so you can download it. So don't worry, you can get that code. Well, everything, because I've got 3 codes for you today. So what we need to do, we need, of course, or you need, because I already have it. You need to create like this new whatever tab task. Yeah, so you just hit the plus button. hit the plus button, and it's going to ask you to fill up required information. So I don't need that because I already have it, but I will show you what to do. It's a super simple process. Do not overcomplicate it. And by default, the params are okay. So you're going to ignore this, but in the authorization, please make sure you've got their token. Yeah, not out. Yeah, maybe you're out. Why not? And of course, you've got the token right there. I hope it's blurred for you, so you're not going to create any tickets. Next, do not worry about the headers. And next, we will go to body. But in the body, there's only one thing what you need to change, which is obviously the JSON. Yeah, because Postman has built in like a JSON editor. It's actually very, very cool because if you make a mistake, like look, I'm going to put a comma, it's going to tell you straight away, oh, there is something not right. Cool. And the last, of course, is the URL. So there is actually reference. I'm just going to show you it's here, which I use, of course, Atlassian documentation. And you know me, probably, if you know me and some other videos, let's say I have some issues with Atlassian documentation. It's not ideal, but actually in this case, it's pretty good. Regarding JSON and API, well, API is actually is very good. It's very good. Right. So next we need some kind of code, and just to like a little bit spicy up, I'm going to show you a few options. So we're going to create a ticket like in absolutely a minimum version, and we're going to add something extra. All right. So the absolutely minimum is, by the way, up to issue, well, up to actually summary. Well, you have to, of course, put what kind of issue type it is. So I don't really need a description. And why that's how it works, I hope you know how it works, because obviously if I'm going to go to my DK, which is the demo Kanban, there you go. And if I hit create, don't worry, I promise you, I'm not going to create issue from Jira today. But if you actually open that demo Kanban, you're going to see that the mandatory, we've got only, actually there are three. So there is actually summary, reporter, and of course issue type. But I do not need to put reporter into my API keys. Why? Because it's going to be automatically. Yeah. So I need only summary and of course issue type. The rest of the fields absolutely not important. All right, so let's actually analyze the code for a second. What we've got here. So we open the bracket. Of course, we've got fields. Yeah, that's necessary. We've got project key. Of course, now in your Jira, you need to change the key. And we've got summary. And of course, now I decided to use a task. And of course, just to add this extra bit, I'm going to add a description. All right, so I think we are ready. So make sure you have post method selected. Yeah, let's post it. All right, sending should be pretty quick. And there you go. By the way, in Postman, by default, I don't know why it is like this. So you're not going to see the result. And it's like, I don't know, like took me first time something like, I don't know, 30 minutes just to see, okay, I can see 201, which is good, but where is the body? Well, I have to just like lift this up a little bit. There you go. And of course, that what's happened, Jira responded and say the ID, which is that like the internal ID has been provided. And the key is, of course, DK number 24. So let's go to Jira. I don't need to refresh. I'm going to put to the search, and there you go. There you go. We've got our new ticket. Yeah, just now. Yeah. So you have to believe me. I just created right now, and of course, ticket is created. But I told you I've got few scenarios for you. So add this like a little bit extra spicy. So I have actually labels, and I think I've got something else. Let's see my code. By the way, this is the field what I prepared before. So what we're adding extra, we're adding assignee, which is going to be me. And I also decided to create something with labels. So again, let's copy this and let's paste. And by the way, if you're wondering what tool is this, sometimes you're asking what I'm using. So this is the code from Microsoft. Great, absolutely amazing. I love it. And it is Microsoft product and it's free. All right, so we have a little bit extra information. Yep. So now let's push it again. Go to post. And of course the number is 25. So let's go to Jira. Let's paste the result. And there you go. Before it was 24, now it's 25 just now. And what's happened as that extra it also created assignee, and we've got our labels. Super simple. Right, but because as I told you, I've got two more scenarios for you. So one is something really cool, which I didn't know a lot about this in the beginning. So, well, adding, let's say, custom fields to Jira, especially when you have a lot of custom fields and there's some extra customization, sometimes it's a little bit tricky. And I'm going to give you that one tip which literally can save you weeks or even months of work. What I'm talking about. So this is actually something when you already got created a ticket in Jira and you would like to see how that ticket is presented by the API. Yeah, so it's like basically just like doing reverse engineering. So, okay, I'm going to explain you why. So let's, I'll go to this actually DK1. Yeah, it's a good example because we've got a lot of custom fields. We've got some priorities. There is a lot of things going on and also description. So I would like to, like, I don't know, like extract this information sum or option or whatever. And if I would like to extract that information, but I am not sure what is the custom fields, so yes, you probably need to go to custom fields, take the details about this, and put it into JSON. But there is actually faster method, and I'm just going to show you right now. So let's go to this next tab. So in our next tab, we'll be using actually get, and the API call is only pointing to that specific one, DK1. So don't worry about this. This one, it doesn't really matter. We can completely delete that because we don't really need that. Yeah, it's a get. So we send that, and look at this. What's happened? You got all information about the ticket right there. You can literally, you can copy that and go to the. Yeah, if you want, you can just like format, but formatting probably is cool. And look at this, how cool is this? Of course, it's not going to show you information about the custom fields, what that custom field is. You need to now go and find what that ID is. I hope you know how to do it. If not, let me know. I'll show you how to do it in the comments. And it's showing you also other very important information, like last view. Yeah, you've got a full date. very important. Literally, like I told you, save me weeks of work. Cool, we're almost there. So now let's go to my third example. I would like to put that DK, let's say 24. We would like to add a comment. Yeah, so let's go back to the Jira. Let's go to the 24. Yeah, just to show there's no comments whatsoever. And how to do it from the API? Super simple. This is like one of the most simple actually call. So let's go back to the Postman. And well, you need that call, so that URL. So it's going to be, of course, posting, and you need to point to the right ID. So you need to know, of course, and you need to use the comment variable or whatever, how we call it. And here, you only, in my case, because I'm adding actually comments, it's a little simple. So you only need literally 3 lines. Well, you can, of course, put 1 line if you put everything together. But this is how you put a comment. So it's not comment, like that would be a little bit different. It's actually body. All right, so let's do it. 24. And of course, we've got 201, and it's saying this is actually my reply. Let's refresh. And there we go. The comment is there. Super simple. All right, so that's going to be it for today. And on this side, you're going to find a link to my other videos. And please do not forget to like, subscribe, and check the details about the workshops and check the details about the new training course in the description. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Well, see you here.